Hi and welcome to South Coast Fishing. I'm Phil.
I'm Andy.
And today we are talking about rigs.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our tackle boxes out, misses, and we're going to go through some of the stuff that we use personally to try and catch fish, go through some of the rigs that we use and the different situations where we would use them.
It's basically, personal preference, but these are the ones that we like to use and we found work for us.
Oh, and the reason why we're doing this video is it's absolutely tipping down and windy as hell.
We're not getting wet, not yet. We're not that into it yet.
Yeah, fair weather fishermen. Anyway, let's have some music and go over to the table. Okay, so here we have the tackle box. This is basically a toolkit. You don't have to have specific fishing tackle boxes if you don't want, or even if it's not in your budget. Something like this will do, no problem. I picked this up off Facebook for free. Also, Phil's got something similar but a bit smaller. Same again, free off Facebook. Just a simple little pop open tray with compartments and everything's all in there.
It's just something to keep all the little bits and bobs in so it's not rolling around in the bottom of a bag.
Okay, so if I open this one up, we can have a look what's inside. Now this particular one, this one does have movable little separators, so you can make the compartments as big or as small as you want them. Okay, so to start off with, we'll start in the top left corner, we'll go across. So I've got some of these little line through weights, so it's just a little ball weight with a hole in the middle, if I can get the camera to focus. And these just slide up and down your line. We use these for the little lures, but we'll go into that in a minute. And then going on from that, we've got 2 ounce weights, 3 ounce weights. These ones have got a swivel moulded in the top. 4 ounce weights, but you can see a pattern happening here. 5 ounce weights. I think we've only used the 5 ounce weights once or twice, haven't we?
Yeah, once or twice, yeah.
And then in this one's a 5.5. This is a flat pear shaped one, and this also has the impact hook release if you're using a pulley rig. What else is in there? I've got one of these veined or finned ones as well. I think that's about a 6. They're good for if you're doing long casts with a pulley rig. Just gives you a bit of more aerodynamics through the air. Whether that makes much of a difference or not, I'm not sure. There's another one there, just a bit smaller. So basically that one's just my odds and sods one. And then something really cool, I think these are designed for freshwater maybe, but I suppose you could use them for fishing. If you're going to be fishing where the fish can be easily spooked, or you're after a species that could be easily spooked, then we've got some of these kind of natural looking kind of twig sandy coloured weights. So I think these are about a 2, 3 and a 4. Picked these up from a local tackle shop. I think they're £1 each. They did have some different colours, but I thought for sea fishing these would probably be the best colours. And then in here I've got just a little pot here, and that's got some small hooks in, a little float. It came with one of those little kiddies telescopic fishing rods. There's a little lure in there as well with a spinner on, with a triple hook. Some really small hooks there as well. So I mean that's just there literally chuck in the boot. Yeah. Phil, do you want to go through any of the bits and pieces?
Well, we've also got these breakaway leads. They're great for like beach casting. So they dig into the sand, and then as you reel in, the arms break away and they pull in. But they're good for if the sea's moving quite a bit and you want your tackle to stay put where it is, then these are a good option. This one, I think it's 140 grams. I'm not sure, which is, I think it's a little over 4 ounces, and it's got the
clippy thing for the hook for the pulley rigs. I don't think there is actually a technical name for that, is there?
I don't know. A lot of people call them imps. I think it's imps, is it? Impact.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Impact released hook release thingy.
It's a bait clip.
Yeah, one of them. Cool. Okay. So in here I've got a spare handle. If you saw the video that we did down Lake Pier where the kiddie's reel exploded when I got the wrasse on, that's the handle. I thought I'd keep it just in case. You never know. Ooh, what else have we got in here? We've got some other weights. We've got some of these watch type weights. I don't actually know how heavy they are. I'm guessing that's probably about 1 ounce. There's not much to that. Got a couple of them. They might be ideal for a little crab line or something. Right then, so next we have hooks. All manner of hooks in here. So we've got some size 2. I think these ones are called O'Shaughnessy's. Yeah, something like that. O'Shaughnessy, or I can't remember. I do prefer these ones because I'm not sure whether the video will pick it up. But these ones have little what they called?
The little
bait bobs. Yeah, little bait bobs on there to stop your bait sliding off the hook. So once it's up over those bobs, it hasn't got a tendency of sliding down.
Yeah, I must admit, I quite like using those ones just to keep the bait where it's meant to be.
Yep. So we got size 2.0 of those. We've got size 2.0 of the Aberdeen ones as well. These are thin wire ones, and these ones are black. I didn't purposely go out of the way to get black ones. It's just the colour that they had in the shop. So that's just your normal U-shaped hook. So yeah, that should be a good hook. I mean, I use these on the pulley rig.
Yeah.
And apparently these are better for flat fish as well. Easier for them to swallow, I guess. I don't know. And then we just go up in sizes. So we have some, what size are these? So we've got size 4.0. These are the O'Shaughnessy, whatever they are. These are the ones with the offset hook with the little bait barbs on the back. I don't think we've actually used any of those yet.
No.
What size is that?
4.0.
I think these are 4.0 as well. These are the Aberdeen style ones. So just going bigger. I've used these as well. I think I've got one of these on one of the pulley rigs I've got set up. Just bait elastic, a little bit of squid to it. Didn't catch anything though. And then, just in case, still sealed in the packet, we have got some size 6.0. So if we do go anywhere where we're going to catch any bigger fish, then we've got these on standby. We don't really tend to go out of Poole Harbour at the moment, do we?
No, we stay pretty much within the harbour at the moment, with the exception of sort of like fishing off sandbanks out into the open ocean, but yeah, pretty much in the harbour. So, right, now in this one we have got some some little clips and stuff. So these clips are for putting the weights on, and they've got a nice little tail on them to act as a bait clip, so you can hook your hook on. Let's just pop one of these out so you can have a little look. I'm all fingers and thumbs, you'll have to excuse me. So yeah, so I don't know if I'm about
Yeah,
there.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So yeah, so you just put your line on there, and then obviously you clip your weight on, and your hook goes in there with the bit sticking out. They're quite handy. They're very handy actually. Let's pop that one back in there.
What I try and do with those as well is I don't tend to put the weight directly on. If the weight is like one of these where it hasn't got a swivel in, what I normally do is put a clip on, then a swivel, and then drop the swivel on, so at least the weight can rotate if it does move, so you're not going to start tangling everything up.
Okay, next we have some pulley beads. Now these are very, very handy for obviously making pulley rigs. I won't take one out because we haven't opened this packet yet, but they're very handy. So obviously the line goes through one end of the bead and out the other, and it slides up and down nicely, and then you've got a little swivel on the bottom to clip onto your main line, and yeah, they're very, very handy. They're a brilliant little thing. What else have we got? Oh yeah, we've got some good old spin link clips here. These are pretty much standard in everybody's tackle box. I don't need to take one of those out and explain it, but simple little clip system. Yeah, must have in your tackle box, definitely. What else do we have in here? Oh, we've got some, what would you call these? I'm not quite sure.
Are they the swivels with the little quick release thing?
Yeah, so they're the swivel links, swivel clips, that's it. That's right. And these are great if you're, yeah, they're very handy. They just pop open quite easily, and he says, yeah. And
those ones are quite tough. I think we got those ones. So instead of using a pulley bead or a sliding boom thing, I forgot what they're called. Yeah, so basically just put that over your line and then attach a weight to that so it slides up and down.
Next we got some just plain old swivels, always handy to have in your box. These are just your standard two-ended, like just plain old swivels. They're always helpful. Again, must have them in your tackle box. And I think that's it. And we've got some slightly different swivels as well, but same thing. Yeah, all the same thing.
And I think there's a packet. Yeah, there's a packet of three-way ones in there as well.
Aha, that's where they are. I couldn't spot them.
So I've used these particular ones to do like the flapper rigs. I haven't attempted to try and do the knot where you bring a bit of line or a loop off the main rig body.
Is that is it the Y knot or the T knot, or
It's
one or the other, isn't it? Yeah.
So what I've done is I've literally just, let me get it on my hand. So what I've done is line comes down from the rod, attached to there, then another piece of line that comes down tied onto a weight, and then off here I have my snood or my trace with a hook on, obviously. And I've just been doing it that way. It's easy for me to quickly tie was it a blood knot, a uni knot, or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
to each point of these, and just rather than getting in a tangle and a fight and an argument with a piece of line, trying to do something that I don't know how to do properly yet.
We're getting there with knots. We've been practicing, but we're not there yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We will get there. The next section over is all about the beads. So these are great for just blinging up your rigs to make them more noticeable, and yeah, you can get them in so many colours. I'm not going to go through every single one in detail, but you get the idea. I mean, yeah, I mean there's a bag with a million of them, so, but they're always great to have, especially these small ones are really handy as well for being for sort of like knot protection, bait stops, things like that, so they tend to stick tighter to the line and stop everything sliding up and down too much if you don't want them to.
Yeah, and as well as the different colours, there's that one and that one. So these ones are actually luminous. If you leave them out in natural daylight up all day, then at night these will literally glow in the dark. The other thing you can do is, let me just grab it. If you've got a powerful torch, what you can do is just shine some light on them, like so. And what it does, it kind of charges them up. Now, if Phil just hits the lights there you go. Look at that. And it's the same with the smaller ones as well. I'll just do the smaller ones. So just shine the torch on them and it essentially charges up, I don't know, the chemical or the luminosity of the bead, and then when you bring the light away, there we go. So that they're good for attractors as well.
Also, just to show you, we've got these little tiny ones as well, which come on sort of they're on sort of like a very thin wire loop, and I don't know how to explain this. Help me out here.
I keep forgetting the name of these. So these are basically line stops. So it's basically a piece of rubber, and there's a very, very minute hole in the middle. And what you do is you thread your line through one of the loops there, and then drag it onto the line. Now they do fit quite snug, but these ones as well. I didn't actually realise this, and it wasn't advertised on the pack. But these are the same, so if you just hit the light, so these ones,
yeah, they
glow as well.
They're glowing pretty well too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
So if you're fishing for species like squid, for example, that are attracted to forms of light, especially green light,
yeah,
then they're definitely worth it.
I think the luminous ones definitely, yeah, they're going to attract something, aren't they? Definitely, without a doubt.
Okay, so the next thing I would definitely recommend that everybody has in their tackle box is definitely a pair of scissors, preferably not with a random rig attached and wrapped round, but there we go. Just a cheap pair of scissors, that's all you need, just something capable of cutting line.
Yeah.
So whether you get snagged, or say for example you get a fish that does really swallow a hook down deep and you can't get it out, sometimes it's best just to snip it as close as you can to the hook and obviously just let it be. Some people might think that's a bit cruel, but unfortunately sometimes that's the only way.
Now, I did do something stupid a few weeks ago, and I spotted them on Amazon, and it's one of these little multi-tools. They're supposed to be super fantastic. You can tie knots, you can clip line. It's basically a pair of nail clippers with some extra bits on it. The only bit that's been really useful is the hook sharpener for cleaning the hooks off. But to be fair, the rest of it is it's not as great as it seemed in the beginning anyway.
Yep, so if you just pass that. So that piece there, it's basically like a kind of foil with a groove in it, and all you do is you just run your hook point at a slight angle up and down the groove. It does work. It's not the greatest, but if you've got a hook that's in your tackle box or a rig and you haven't used it for a while and you come to it and it's a bit rusty and the hook doesn't feel sharp at all, then you know, just a little bit of a file down this. I mean, you could just have a very simple basic file or a sharpening stone, couldn't you, really?
Yeah, but hey, it seemed like a good idea when I saw them on Amazon.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And there is facilities on here to, I don't know, wrap your hooks in and tie up knots and stuff. There is an instruction booklet, but like typical blokes, we haven't read it. So okay, so something else I managed to get is a big pair of forceps. These ones are offset ones, so if you do get a fish that has swallowed a hook quite deep, you can try and grip the top of the hook, obviously with that, and because they're at an angle, you know, if you're holding the fish, let's try and get this in the frame, so you're holding the fish, you can come down and you've got them at an angle, so you can still see inside the fish's mouth and make sure that you are actually grabbing the hook and pulling it out. There are holes in there as well, so I'm not sure whether you could try and use it as some form of disgorger, but anyway, they were a freebie. They're an out-of-date medical item, so instead of going in the bin,
we can fish it.
Yep. We've got some French booms here. These, you just put the line and you wrap it round, and basically it just gives you a solid extension out off a line. Yeah, I just bought these on a whim. I've used one once.
Yeah. I must admit, I haven't used one for absolutely years, but it's in the tackle box. I'm sure there'll be a need for it at some time.
Okay, so something else we've got in here. We're going on to pre-made rigs now. So in here we've got some mackerel feathers. These ones are 3/0 hooks, different coloured feathers. It's not particularly mackerel season at the moment, so these are still in the packet waiting to go out when we do go mackerel fishing. And then next we're on to lures. This is the one that featured in our first video. This is the Abu Garcia Tormentor. Still haven't caught anything on here, but we've seen people that have. Maybe we're just doing it at the wrong time with the wrong fish in the wrong place. I don't know, but on top of this one, hang on, I'll just go and grab them. Did manage to get some bargains. Okay, so we've got some of these Shakespeare ones as well. They're practically the same model, just in different colours. So what we're going to try and do is, once we do catch something on the Abu Garcia ones, then these will come out of the packets, and we'll just start trying different colours.
I also did pick up one of these ones off of Amazon. Yeah, I'll just get my fingers all caught up, why not? So this is, I think, sorry, yeah, got one of these off of Amazon. I think they call it a popper lure because it's got two little balls in it, so it pops and it's supposed to help attract fish. This one's a Momo one, which is basically is it a Pachenko copy?
I believe so.
Yeah, something along those. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, again, I've not been lucky with it yet, but we're working on it.
And then going on to the kind of jelly lures. So I've got these. Well, I haven't used them yet. These are the ones that they call weedless. So the barb of the hook is kind of buried actually in the rubber, so it doesn't snag on anything. So yeah, we're just trying to find a suitable place to use them. Unfortunately, Poole Harbour has a lot of weed and also a lot of debris at the bottom where you can snag. So we don't want to throw these out and then end up losing them on the first cast. So we're going to wait, I think, until we can get out on, you know, where there's sandy bottoms.
Yeah.
Which will probably be the main south coast. I'd say like the beaches from Sandbanks all the way through round to Bournemouth.
Yeah, yeah.
They're probably going to be the best place to try those.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And also, Phil, in my bag that's just down there somewhere, sorry. Okay, so the other thing we've got is we've got these Savage Gear ones. Similar thing, but the hooks are fully exposed, weighted heads again, just a bigger version of the other ones. We have tried this one in an area where we knew there's no snags, but unfortunately the fish weren't biting that night. That was in a previous video on Twin Sails Bridge, if you want to see that one. Another little jump back to pre-made rigs. So we've got some 3-hook flapper rigs here, which essentially is a straight piece of line coming all the way down, and then you've got 3 little extensions coming off with the 2-0 hooks on, and then you attach your weight at the bottom, also known as a paternoster rig. So I've got a couple of these. I'm essentially going to reserve these until we get out on a boat, which will hopefully be soon. Okay, so in the box as well, just randomly thrown in as we're packing up because we want to get out of places. So I've just got some very simple rigs put together here. So just some coloured beads, a 2-0 Aberdeen hook, and then there's a little black line stopper there, if you can see that. Yeah, that's been good, and I think that's got about a 3-foot trace, so you can get it right away from the weight. What else have we got in here? Oh, actually, going back to lures again, the little rubber lures. So we got these, sorry everything's in a tangle at the moment. So we've got these little 2-inch, I guess they're sand eels or little baby white bait
yeah,
kind of things. 2-0 hook again, so we've got some of those. There's some bits of like little rubber sand eel as well that we've tried to no avail. But I have caught a decent sized bass on one of these, so these work. The other thing I'm looking to get is it the red gill ones?
Yeah, red gill lures. We've been sort of given a heads up on that as to, you know, giving them a go. They're pretty successful apparently, so yeah, they're definitely on the order list.
Yeah, so normally what I use is I've got a 1 ounce ball weight sliding up and down the main line. We've got a bead to obviously protect the knot that goes on the swivel, and then from the other side of the swivel I've got these on about a 3-foot trace. So that's worked. But for the red gill ones, they are a lot bigger. Obviously these ones aren't weighted like the other ones I showed you, just like the Savage Gear ones, so you do need some weight. So I've been told to use a 2 ounce ball weight and the red gill ones, because the red gill ones are about 6 inches, which equates to about 15 centimetres. So
pretty sizable, yeah.
Yeah, so they're a bit bigger, so you probably just need a bit more weight. The weight's not particularly designed to keep it on the bed. It's designed to be used in fast flowing water.
Yeah, yeah. Which within the harbour is not too much of an issue, because yeah, the water flows pretty fast through various points of the harbour. And
then I've got some more beads here. Ow, and that hook sharp. That doesn't need sharpening. Yeah, so more beads, more rigs. So this one is part of a pulley rig. Okay, so one of the rigs that we do use is the pulley rig. We use this to try and do long casts. What we do is we put a weight into the lead clip there, like so, and then the pulley bead, which is halfway down the line, that attaches there with a little swivel, that just goes onto your main line. And it pulls through like that. Then obviously you apply your bait onto the hook. Once you've got your bait on the hook, what you do is you put the hook just through the little clip there, whether you can see that, and then with that, pulling down, when you cast, when it hits the water, that will release, and then the trace is shorter than the rest of the rig body, so your weight stays on the floor and this can flap around in the tide. But then if you just come a bit closer, Phil, so what happens is when you do get a fish and the fish is pulling on here, what it will do through the pulley, it will pull the line and it will pull the weight up off the seabed. So then when you're reeling in, you've got less chance of getting snagged because the weight will be pulled up off the seabed out the way, and obviously your fish will be on the hook.
Now these are particularly good if you're over rough ground, because obviously if there's a lot of stuff to snag on the bottom, then these are great to help stop that. They're a personal favourite of mine. I do use them quite a lot.
And they're also good to try and catch fish that aren't going to be necessarily directly on the seabed. So you can tailor these so it's 6 inches a foot up off the seabed, so anything swimming low but not actually on the floor like a flatfish.
Yeah.
These are great for.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should give you a good insight into all the gear that we use and the different rigs that we use in different situations.
If you think we're missing something, or you've got any suggestions on other rigs or anything else really, please leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, because like people keep saying to us, it's not catching, it's fishing, and we're obviously open to all different manner of suggestions, providing it's within our budget and we can tie the knots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, so thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share this video with everybody that you know that is into fishing, and we'll see you all in the next one.